Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. So today in my sketchbook I wanted to do something a little bit more simplified. So I decided to work with a very limited palette. Now you know me, I love using colours. I am a colour addict and especially with pastel colours. That seems to be all I ever use in my sketchbook. I just can't help myself. But I really wanted to try and just not think so much about the colours, but just kind of have fun with it and just simplify it. The best way for me to do this, and it's such a great suggestion for anyone actually, is to just really limit the number of colours you're using and see what you can make with that. I decided to just do a portrait kind of sketch spread collage and pick two different colours that I am going to try and make work into this. So my initial idea was just to maybe colour each portrait in a single colour, but then I decided why not do an entire gradient, because one, that kind of looks cool if it works out, right? And two, I don't want it to be too simple. There's just something about doing gradients that really fulfills something inside me. I don't know what it is. It's like scratching that itch, but there's always this fear at the very beginning because it can look really, really bad. If you're not trusting the process and you're judging it as it is as you go, it can look so bad. But you really have to put your faith in yourself when you're doing this because it does normally work out with a lot of trial and error, of course. I'd like to thank Ohuhu for sponsoring this video, and also I just wanted to point out it's been pretty much a year. I think it's almost exactly a year since I started using Ohuhu markers. And total transparency here, Ohuhu have sent me products, but I have also bought their products too because I just really like them so much. So I have the full 320 marker set which was sent to me last year, but in the meantime I've also bought their marker organization set. Like I bought those for myself. I've also bought the sketchbooks and I've bought the colored liners. So yeah, even though they have sent me products in the past, I do really enjoy them enough to buy them for myself too. I've been thinking also a lot about my art recently and kind of like the past year and what I've been getting up to. And I feel like a lot has changed in terms of the kind of art that I create, for good reasons and perhaps reasons where I wish I could maybe take a step back and have a look at what it is I'm actually doing. So let me just get into the good stuff here. I have realized ever since I started using my sketchbook regularly and just doing a lot of marker art and pencil art that I have really learned how to let go of being a perfectionist, and it's something that has kind of really hindered my creativity in the past and caused a lot of my art block actually, where if something wasn't perfect or, you know, I was really struggling with a piece of art because it was taking so long, that I would end up getting art blocked very quickly and I would spend months not making any art at all. But I've realized since the past year that I've been consistent with using markers and sketchbooks that I've really kind of grown out of that completely, and I would almost say I've gone the other way where I am totally okay with being a messy artist. And I guess that brings me to my second point, is that I haven't really been doing many finished pieces of art because I've been having so much fun with my sketches. But I would really like to get back into doing more full illustrations. And now I'm wondering, would I be able to do that? Like, have I forgotten how to do that? I don't know. I've really been looking and assessing at what it is I want to do, and I definitely want to have the best of both worlds. So in the coming weeks and months, I'm really going to try and divide my time into, of course, keeping with my sketchbook, because that brings me so much joy in that I can just sit there and not worry about what it is I'm drawing, but just really kind of let go, be loose, have fun. And there's no way I am letting go of that, because I've worked so hard to be able to actually enjoy creating. But at the same time, I feel like I'm really missing out on the aspect of creating really beautiful finished pieces of art like I did, years ago when I was okay with putting the time into it. So yeah, I am looking forward to introducing something new into my art life, I guess you could say. I'm not sure if many of you have kind of experienced this or feel this way, where it feels like not necessarily that your style has changed, but just your entire workflow is so completely different. And it can be a little bit confusing, I guess, when you stop and really think about it, because I feel like maybe I've been on autopilot for the past couple of months anyway. And I really stopped to have a look at what I was creating, and I was just like, oh, have I only just been making sketches for the past year? Have I actually made anything that is a bit more time consuming? And obviously I have, I just haven't really remembered what I've been doing. I think for me, a lot of the issues I have relates to time and having the actual time to commit to drawing for long periods of time. I guess this comes from, I'm a stay-at-home mum as well as an artist, so I don't really get as much time as I used to just sit down and spend uninterrupted hours of making art. So I think that's why doing sketches really, really suits me, and that's where I feel I can kind of let go, because I know I have the time to do so. I guess I'm getting to that point in time in my life where I really want to figure out who I am as an artist and where I want to go with it. It's a positive thing. You always want to strive to improve and to be better and to obviously know who it is you are. It's not something I'm too worried about, and it's actually something I'm looking forward to, because it's nice to kind of look and see where you're at in your journey. And for me, I really want to be able to make more of these kind of videos where you can see more of my process, more of me actually drawing, on these long form videos, but also speaking more about, how I feel about art in general and any kind of artist issues or good things, bad things, all of those things, because we all feel them, right? I mean, we all have our own art problems and our triumphs and worries and losses. Or maybe it's just me, the overthinker, I don't know. My intention wasn't really to ramble throughout this entire video, but that's what I did and that's what you get. I hope you've enjoyed watching this process. I actually had a lot of fun doing this because portraits are kind of within my comfort zone, and it's really nice to be in that comfort zone. It feels like a really nice, warm, safe hug. But then, you know, I kind of added the element of danger there with those two colors and that gradient. I think it turned out pretty okay. I'm actually really happy with how it looks. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in my next video.